Welcome back to you little sneaky thing. You tried to grab Skittles and they look so guilty. Anyway, in the last episode we were talking about becoming your true self. And I was talking about how I feel like I'm more myself than I ever was in high school. Yeah. Oh yeah, and how it was sort of like an anti-problem. So in high school, that's when I made a lot of friends and met a lot of people. Mm-hmm. But I did that while I was still figuring myself out. And you could argue that they were all figuring themselves out as well, obviously. Yep. But it was kind of a problem. It's kind of a problem now because I have some friends who... Oh, this purple shield. Who think that there's something wrong with me, right? Because I'm not acting how I used to in high school. I'm no longer as social, you know. I keep to myself a lot more, and I'm, you know, a lot more just like interested in just focusing on my own work rather than going out and doing things like, as we were saying, like drinking and stuff. Yeah. It's I used to jump on every opportunity, but now I don't do that anymore. And that's literally what it actually is because, you know, I've just figured out who I really am and how I actually work and what I'm all about. But in high school, that's what I thought I was like. So people still have this idea, this notion that that's who I am. And as a result, who I am right now is the wrong one. When in reality, I'd say I'm as happy as I've ever been, you know? Because I've been, just doing what... I've been following my flow, you know? And if my flow involves staying at home and working and being, you know, socially inept, then that's how it is. You know, I'm happy with myself. This is how I am.
See, I didn't get all those sorts of opportunities in high school, but when they did come, I really enjoyed them. And
well, that's because you're more like that.
Yeah, well, I think, and even in primary school, I was more like that.
And I will say, I forced myself in there. Yeah. It was not like a, hey, you want to do that? It's like I really actively tried to squeeze into social groups and things that I otherwise wouldn't be comfortable doing.
Because in primary school, I think you were a little bit more
socially inept,
introverted.
Yes.
Whereas I would go like recess and lunch if for whatever reason I couldn't hang out with you. Then I would go hang out with someone else, and I would go do something else. Yeah. And I would always go out and hang out with other people and enjoy it.
And I'd probably sit down and draw somewhere in a corner. Because that's who I really am now.
Yeah. And in high school I'd do that as well, where whenever I feel like I had two groups that I would go between. That is what I did. Like I would hang out with our group, and then if I wasn't into whatever our group was doing, I'd go hang out with other friends in another group. Yeah. And like I would just disappear for a while and hang out with them because they were a different way and I enjoyed that different way.
Different dynamic.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, and that's different in adulthood. You don't have that sort of...
You don't have that societal pressure.
Well, also, you don't have recess and lunch, and you don't go to school 5 days a week.
Exactly. Well, one of the things that my dad always says, which is interesting, is that, you know, one of the main... Not to you know, put a negative spin on anything, but, like, just to think about it a certain way is... One of the main reasons you became friends with people in high school is because they were there. Yeah. If that makes sense. Because you had to, because they were your colleagues. Yeah. But sometimes you wonder, like, would you be friends with them now if they weren't? And that's not to say that those friendships are invalid or anything, but, you know, that's how they're formed. And then when you leave high school and stuff, you realize that, you know, maybe you're much, much different to them and things. But yeah. And so now whenever I, like, make a decision in my life, and because I've even, like, literally talked to my doctor, literally, about this. Yeah. Like, is this weird? Am I doing things that I wouldn't? And he's literally just like, well, are you unhappy? I'm like, no. He's like, well, then it's fine. I'm like, oh. And it's like, that's such a simple logic, but it's true, you know? Yeah. If I was like, you know, really socially, you know, like staying at home and only working and stuff, and I was unhappy about it, that's another story. That's an actual bad thing. But because it's like where I want to be and what I want to do, that's fine, you know? It's not making me depressed, not making me upset. So what I'm doing now is, like, if I'm doing something that I'm like, oh, is this, like, the way I should be acting, whatever, I ask myself, is this what my childhood self would do?
I think I've had to explain that to one of our friends as well. It's like, no, Liam is happy, and he is doing the thing that he wants to do,
Yeah.
And he's fine.
Yeah. Exactly. And like, I don't know. I feel like some people wouldn't understand, so I just leave it.
I think it's just some of those people experienced that
Well, everyone lives
extroverted version of yourself that you projected.
That's exactly what I mean. That's what I was talking about earlier. It's like people, I think, have this expectation that I unintentionally set up in high school, when in reality, like, that's not actually me. Not to say like they're friends with the wrong me, but just like there are certain things that I do now that I don't then, and vice versa.
Yeah, I don't know how you managed to do that in high school because maybe I came across as being more introverted than you.
I don't know, man. Like I said, when I say I really like I fucking shoved my way into.
I would just I'm not sure what it was, but I didn't get invited to a lot of things because people didn't think that I would like them or something like that. People didn't think that I would enjoy doing that thing that they were inviting me to.
You could say that you weren't being your proper self in high school either.
I think that I was, right, and the problem was that the opportunities weren't there for me to do that. Like at uni was different because we're adults. We can go to the pub after uni. We can go to the pub whenever we feel like, and we can do whatever we want. You couldn't really do that in high school, and maybe I just didn't hang out with the right people regularly enough.
That could literally be it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, it's high school. Everyone it's a completely mixed bag. No one is guaranteed to have any shared interests in high school.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. Either way, it's high school. It's in the past. It's done.
Well, I think like you, in the last maybe year or two, I've come into my own about how I behave around other people.
Right. So more self-aware.
Yeah, and I've been enjoying doing things a bit more and behaving the way that I'm comfortable behaving.
Well, there you go. That's exactly what I was talking about. So you weren't doing that in high school. I mean, you don't have to read into it too much, I suppose.
No, I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I'm
You're more confident about
improving all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Shit. No.
Like every little experience helps shape how the next one goes.
I sure do.
Like every job interview, every interaction with another person.
Come on. No.
So you don't think that there was a time in your childhood that you were the version of yourself like that?
In high school?
No, like because for me it was when I was 11. Like I felt comfortable with who I was.
Oh, I don't know a specific age.
No.
No, I don't. I'm not good at specific ages in general.
No, you're not.
That's why I always ask you that kind of stuff. I was at a birthday party. I don't know which one. You'd probably know. And then you do.
Yeah.
I said this, I think, last recording session, but I don't even know what year we graduated. I think 2013. Yeah?
Yeah.
I know that only because it was 2012 plus 1.
There's a thing that I didn't realise. It's strange how people are segregated in high school. That you're segregated by year level. But the year level depends on what time of the year you were born in.
Yeah.
And so some people who are your age, or maybe like 6 months younger, aren't in the same year level as you.
We just destroyed his pleasure yacht, by the way.
Oh.
Katagawa's.
Nice.
With his own laser cannon.
What's a little destruction of personal property between corporate takeover buddies? Okay, 1 sec. Alright, now that fragment's yours for the taking. There it is! The fragment! Not so fast. Freeze ball! No!
Whoa!
Round hates you. Alright, this boss sucks.
Yeah.
He has a move that can essentially one-shot me. Maybe it's been patched to be a little bit more forgiving, but... Oh, and that's the move right there. Well, it doesn't one-shot you, but it does a shit ton of damage. Okay.
Oh.
There we go. Holy shit.
Well,
Fuck off.
Katagawa's not dead yet.
No, he's not. He definitely is not. Ah, yum, 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 yum.
Wow.
Did he drop anything good? Anything good?
So that was the boss, so...
Oh, I got a new trinket.
Nice save, Reese.
Thanks, but let's just take a moment to remember the fallen. Rest in peace, Respawn. Rest in peace.
That's the second piece of the vault key. Bring it to me aboard Sanctuary.
But look, we got a red chest.
Ooh. That reminds me of Green Goblin in Spider-Man. Like his little hovercraft thing.
I can see that. I think it might
Yeah.
be even inspired by it, if I had to guess.
Mm.
Okay. Alright. I guess that was the whole episode. We can stop there if you want. Or we can quickly go to Sanctuary and turn it in and get a bit of story stuff out of the way.
Well, I gotta go toilet anyway, so...
Alright, well... That
You
doesn't answer my question.
We'll start the episode and then in the break you can sell stuff.
Oh, alright. Okay, yeah, sure. Alright, we'll do that.
See you in
Bye-bye.
the next episode. Bye-bye.